Hey guys, Christian here, back again with another video. This week I decided to do an application example. Specifically what we're going to be doing is using our Yaskawa GA800 demo kit and featuring our Patlite line of lighting solutions. We're going to be setting up a stack light to identify when there's a problem with our machine or help us troubleshoot maintenance problems. First and foremost, what we need to do is set up our GA800 in order to send the signal that we're looking for to our Patlite so that we can identify that something's wrong with our machine. So I'm just going to scroll through the menus here and go into my parameters and look for my terminal function section. And we want to go to digital outputs. And we've got a couple pairs to choose from. I'm just going to choose 3 and 4. And now we go into the selection of what we're actually looking to monitor. So whether that's something like drive temperature, or maybe you want to make sure the speed is at a certain level of the motor, maybe torque of the motor, maybe you want to monitor and see if an STO was tripped. If somebody hit an e-stop, we want to be able to run over there real quick and see what happened. This is where we make that selection. So for now, I'm just going to go back to the fault because I've already got a switch on the GA800 that's set up to throw a fault. So I'm just going to use that one for the purposes of this demo, but there's tons of different ones we can choose from. Now we're going to take a look at how easy it is to set something like this up hardware-wise. I'm going to start by taking the face off of the drive. Make sure you take the keypad off as well. You don't want to break that RJ45 connector there. So we're going to start wiring into the M3 and M4 terminals. As I mentioned, there were a couple different options we had here, and they're all there on the right side. I chose these just because they were easiest to get to at the time. I'm also going to make use of my last week's product demonstration, the Top Job S from Wago, to terminate my connections to my power supply so that we can get power to that light. Now we could have used the internal power from the drive, but I had some other things hooked up there from a previous demo and I didn't want to mess with any of that stuff. So this is what we're going to do for now. And so now we're going to replace the cover of the drive and hook everything back up and let's see what happens. Perfect. We threw the fault. The Patlite responded just the way we intended. It started flashing and buzzing whenever something was wrong with the drive. There's tons of different combinations of lights, buzzers, different things that we can do with wiring to make the Patlite respond in the way we want it to whenever something goes wrong. There's also different types of lights, different types of buzzers, even multi-function buzzers that make different sounds. Tons of different things that we could do here in order to help us identify that something has gone wrong with our machine without having to be right in front of it in order to know what that is. So you can pick your favorite colors to identify common maintenance issues or machine faults that you see a lot, and you can identify those from across the facility and know that something's going wrong with your machine and be able to get over there and troubleshoot it quickly and fix it quickly and get your machines back up and running. Also, it doesn't have to be just to show that something's wrong with the machine. I've seen these used as fill indicators where the bottom light will light up when something is filling in a machine or a process is 1/3 of the way done. And then when it's 2/3 of the way done, the second one lights up and so on. You can use these Patlites and use them as any typical IO point and just send a signal to it whenever you want to identify something. And then you can see that from a distance without having to walk over to your machine, check your HMI, or physically see what the machine's doing. So that wraps up this week's video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And if you have any questions about other Patlite offerings and how to integrate something like this into existing machinery, give me a shout, reach out to me via email or phone, and we can talk about it further. Thank you guys so much. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys again next week.